Hello everyone. I'm so glad you have joined me today for another fabulous Friday idea. I wanted to bust a stash, so I decided to play with Kendra's card challenge. This is number 16. You use 6 sheets of 6x6 paper and her cutting templates, and you get 15 cards. So I'm playing with that, and I'm going to share the cards over the next few weeks. I decided to use the Merry and Joy papers from Mintay. I don't have much left of this. I've got some scraps in that. And then I'm also using the Merry and Joy paper die cuts that go with it. So for card 1, and I've got all my pieces over here, I am starting with an A2 card base. All right, and I'm going to fold it and burnish it. All right, my first layer this is the paper that I used. This was paper A that I cut up, and I'm putting it on a layer of shaded spruce. So I'm going to add that, and then that goes to on my card base. Now I did modify some of her cutting directions because I wanted, I like layers, and the card was just too plain without a layer on top of this. So I modified it and just cut my layer and then cut the pieces a little shorter. All right, so there's that. The next thing I have is I have these pieces that are 1.5, and then I'm layering it on a piece that is 1 5/8. It's 1/8 of an inch bigger. And these are squares. Again, it was lost when I put this on here. You just didn't see it, so I decided to give it a layer. This paper was double-sided, and I did strategically pick some of mine papers, and some of them will, oops, well, I guess I cut apart something I was going to use. Not anymore. Add just a little bit more tape. All right. All right, this piece goes on, and it's even with this edge over here, and it's centered top to bottom, and it needs to be diamond shape. So get it done as best as you can. All right. If you line this up on your on a grid mat, all you have to do is match these up, the line up, and you got it straight. Okay, this is my next layer. This was paper A also, but I'm using the back side, which is the striped. I just thought it needed some interest. So I'm going to put this on. This piece is the pattern paper is 2 3/4, and I cut this at 3 inches. I did give it a bigger one, and this one goes on like so. I know, stripes are going the wrong way. One of those things. I guess I could put it on as a, ooh, I think I might. I think I'm going to do it this way instead. Or this way. This way. I like the stripes going that way. So I am changing it up again. And that's the beauty. You can do this. Now, this, oh, I meant to put that on dimensionals. Oh, can I get it off without messing it up? Oh, I did. And I can pull this off. All right, I got my tape off, and I'm going to take, ooh, came off on my hand, and add some dimensionals on here. did cut a bunch of these before I got started. And my pokey tool is still downstairs. So I'll just pull these off like so. And I can get rid of them. And here we go. I'm going to add this. Try again. Add this centered, and I'm using my points. So there's that. This is going to be my sentiment, and I'm going to pop it up, but I will do it as a diamond. And I pulled out my Brightest Glow, and I'm going to attempt All is Merry and Bright on here as a diamond. And I'm going to use my shaded spruce. So hopefully this will work. All right. All right, not bad. I hold my breath sometimes with that. All right, move that out of the way. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to add some dimensionals. All right, and I've got a bunch over here that I cut also. And I'm going to pull my backs off again. Oops. That one wasn't stuck down. There we go. That's like chalk on a chalkboard, isn't it? Oh, I didn't even think of that. Okay, this is going to go in here. I got a little piece of tape on there. And if I put it straight, there's card 1. All right, for card 2, I have my card base. All my card bases are going to be white. I just find I like the white, and I'd rather add a layer to it. Slipped on me. Okay, so I have that. Now, what I pulled in was a bunch of my retired folders, and I have this one, which is very popular right now. People are searching for it like crazy. It's the Subtle Embossing Folder, and I cut this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I'm going to put it on with some double-sided tape. I had to go get it. All right. Yeah, there are people looking for this folder like crazy. They all want it. And I didn't sell it. I really didn't sell many of my embossing folders, to be honest with you. When I moved, I kept a bunch of them. I will be going through, because there's some I will never use. What I did was I went through and I pulled out all my Christmas ones, all my plain, not necessarily plain, but, well, it is plain. Plain ones like this. When I say plain, it's not a dominant pattern. All right. I'm using my fingernails, because both of my pokey tools, one is buried on my table. I had it all cleaned off, and if you could see it now, it's a mess again. And I didn't fold this very well. All right. Of course, maybe I didn't cut it very well. That side looks better. I'll use it. If I mess up, now there's a very slight border, like so. All right. Now, these 2 pieces are supposed to go on like this, but it was missing. So I took the pieces and I cut some shaded spruce, the same width, but longer. And what I'm going to do, I'm pushing it down, is I'll cut it off and it'll just stand out more. I like my layers because they do stand out. All right, here's this. All right, let me get my scissors, and I'm just going to take, and I'm going to take my time and cut it. And if it's off a little bit, it's not going to matter. Most of it will be hidden by the other piece. So this one goes here, and this one goes here, like so. All right, so I'm going to add those. Okay, and I want my spacing at the top and bottom about the same, so I'm going to kind of watch it and see. There we go. Now this piece goes on next, like so. To give it some stability, I'm going to add it to a piece of white, which I forgot to cut down. Okay, and the only reason I'm giving it some stability is I want to pop it up. All right, and this is the exact same size. I didn't really need a layer for it to show, so I just put it on, and I'm going to put this on with dimensionals also. And then I have this cute deer that I'm going to take and add on top. Couldn't get it. Okay, I'm going to put that right in the middle, like so. And then this guy is going to get added on there with some dimensionals. So I'm going to put one there and one on his head. I'll take the backs off and put him on here. And there's card 2, and it is so cute. Now, I did not add sentiments on all of mine. I typically don't add sentiments. I had a piece of tape stuck to me. I wanted to get off before it got stuck to something. I typically don't add sentiments. That way I can put on the inside what I want. All right, so there's card 2, and we are on to card 3. And I modified this one also. All right, so I've got my white card base, and let's see if I can fold this one better. I'm focused on it. I want to hold it in place. Okay, I did better. This time I used the pink paper, it's Blushing Bride, and the crosshatch embossing folder, and I'm going to add it on here. And again, I'm going to pull in my double-sided tape. Now, the beauty of this one is you can use the embossed side, which I'm using, or you can use the debossed side. The debossed is really kind of nice because you see the pattern. The other side you get texture with. So it just depends on whether you want texture or pattern. All right. Let me put this on. Okay. And now I got to pull this off. Here's the next one and that one. So there's all those pieces. Now let me get this on. Oh, I must have something on my, don't stick, my mat. Okay. Man, this is sticky. It's grabbing. All right, so it's just a nice little white border all the way around. Okay, this piece goes on, and as you can see, it's narrower or wider, so I need to cut this down just slightly. Okay, there we go. Now it says in the paper or her directions to have a decorative border on here. I'm not going to put a decorative border. I don't think. Now, I'm not going to. And the reason being is the border that I'm thinking of is too frilly. And I wanted this one to be, you could send it to a guy. It's pink. Guys don't mind pink. But this, I wanted to be kind of neutral, I guess you could say. I do have a zigzaggy border, but I think it would take away from it, so I'm not going to use one. All right, I'm going to put this on, and I'm going in the middle as best I can. There's that. This paper is next, and it goes here, like so. And I didn't mount this, and I'm wondering if I should. I think I should. Okay, I chose Shaded Spruce. This is 2 3/4 square. This is 2 7/8 square. So I'm going to put this on. And I'm going to put this one flat. And reason being is I'm going to pop that up. And I'm going to put it right about there. All right. This goes on in the middle like so, but again, I'm going to pop it up so that it stands out. This is a great way to bust your stash, is to do one of her challenges. She does them 3 months at a time. All right, so this goes on like so. So she releases a new challenge every 3 months, and she does it on Facebook. Oh, you know what I should have done? Can I get that up? I should have sponged it. Give me a minute, let me see. One more. Okay, got it. All right. That would have helped it stand out a little bit. So I'm going to sponge the edges. Oh, and the thing's falling apart. Hold on. Okay. I picked up this at the Stamp, Scrap, and Art tour. I am finding, and this is these little ones, I'm finding my sponge dolls, the sponges, they're not holding up. And it's like, I'm going to kind of do this over the trash can because I'm getting pieces off. So I decided to try these and see how they hold up. All right, see, I've got little tiny pieces of sponge all over there. So, and the beauty of this, one, and you replace this. You just take it off and put a different color on. Okay, let's try this again now. All right, that's better. You can actually see it now. All right, this guy's going on. And that's why I decided to go with the colors that I did. Great truck in this set. It has some great images. And I've tried to use a variety in the paper cuts. All right. Now, it calls for a shape here. I'm not going to put it. I might put some gems on there. In fact, I think I will. Let's use some of my of Stampin' Up's, what are they called? adhesive back sparkle gems. So I'm going to put one there. I'm going to go to my little ones. There. And it's done. So that's card 3. And here's the last one for today, and it's card 4. Okay. And I did make some big changes with this one. Only because I must have really cut these wrong. Okay, there. Okay, for this one, I pulled out a really old embossing folder. It's the stars. And my background, I'm going to use Stampin' Up's Crumb Cake. So I'm going to add this. I'm going to use the embossed side again. No, you know what? I'm going to use the debossed side. And the reason being is my paper has no no backgrounds to it since I'm putting it on here. No layers. So that way it'll adhere better. So I'll put this down. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to find, no, it's there. I was going to say, I think I missed a die cut, but I didn't. Okay, so let's get these done and on there. So I'll have 4 cards for you this week and 4 cards for you next week and 4 cards for the week after, and I'll end with 3 because it's 15 cards. All right, so there's that. This page, now this is really, this one, it threw me. This piece is 3 3/4 inch square, and it goes in the middle like this. All right, but I'm not going to put it down because these 2 pieces go on the side, and I need to cut these down because this is supposed to be 5 1/2 all the way across, and it's not. All right, let's see if this works. Yes, I cut it down 1/16 of an inch. No, this way. And this is going to go on this way. So I wanted something different besides the pink. So when you cut something, you can, if you use double-sided paper, you can, you know what? I'm just going to put it on even with the crumb cake piece. Half, 1, 2, and I'm concentrating, sorry. I'm trying to get these as close as I possibly can to the center. All right, and I've got it even with this one. The beauty is this will be in the middle. Now this is a bigger piece. Those were smaller, so it'll be okay. But this is bigger, and because this is debossed, I'm going to put it on with the double-sided tape so that I know it's going to stay in place. There were some papers that I strategically cut differently, or I flipped them upside down because the side I wanted to use, like for this one, there was a big, and I'll show you when I flip it over, there's a big, gorgeous image in the, it was in the top, and the way my paper was, it wouldn't have worked with that image, so I played with my paper and moved it around. I cut like a 1/2 inch off here, and then I cut this piece. All right, now this piece goes on next, and it's probably going to overlap those pieces a little, but I'm not worried about it. And then I found this. I didn't want anything too big. I didn't want to use Santa. I didn't want to use any of that. But I had these presents, and I'm going to slide it over slightly because I want the houses to show. So let me get some dimensionals on here. So you can play and move the sketch around, which is my favorite thing to do. I love to play with sketches, and I'm out. So I've got to cut a strip off and get some more. Okay, and there it is. Now let me take all of these off, and then this will be the last one for this video. Oh, that's already off. I'm trying to take it off and it's already off. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here slightly because I want, like I said, I want those houses to show. And if I'd moved it one way or the other, some of this would have been hidden. So there is card 4. So let's look at the cards again. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. And here's 4. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I did with Kendra's card sketch, and that you'll come back next week as I play with the next 4 sketches. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Have a fabulous Friday. Bye.